This evening, Superintendent of Prisons and 5 others granted bail in case involving Smalley's escape. Investigation into alleged rape by Minister of Local Government completed. Case file submitted to DPP. Linden restaurant faces closure amid land ownership dispute with NICIL. In the region, Bolsonaro's political fate hanging on Brazil's trial. And internationally, US-China tensions threaten Taiwan's status as global chip hub. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for June 22nd, 2023. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, a superintendent of prisons and 5 others charged with aiding death row inmate Mark Royden Williams in his escape from the Mazaruni prison were granted bail when they appeared at the Bartica Magistrates Court earlier today. The men were granted bail in the sum of $750,000 each. The accused are 48-year-old Raj Mohan Otter, a businessman of Purica East Bank Essequibo, 28-year-old Venezuelan national Frangelis Flores Perez of Kitty Georgetown, 26-year-old Omar Witherspoon of Stanley Town, New Amsterdam Berbice, 35-year-old Conroy Hosanna of East Kanji Berbice, 50-year-old Oldfield Romilas of Victoria Cumberland Village, East Kanji Berbice, and 59-year-old Alexander Hopkinson of Bartica Housing Scheme. Hopkinson is the superintendent of prisons at the Mazaruni prison, while Romilas is the second in charge. They were charged with aiding death row inmate Mark Royden Williams in his escape from the Mazaruni prison. Williams, also known as Smalley, escaped from the Mazaruni prison on May 19th with the help of the armed men in a speedboat. The accused were charged with conspiracy to commit a felony and have denied all allegations. Williams was subsequently shot and killed by law enforcement officers on June 1st. He had been convicted for his involvement in the Bartica massacre in 2008 and had previously escaped from Camp Street Prison in 2017. In other news, the Ghana Police Force has completed its investigation into the allegation of rape made against Minister of Local Government NICIL Darmlal. The investigation was launched on Monday, June 19, following a formal report by a 16-year-old indigenous girl. Prime Chief Wendell Blanham confirmed that the investigation had concluded and the case file has been submitted to the Director of Public Prosecutions for legal advice. The DPP will review the evidence and provide guidance on how to proceed with the case. Darmlal was arrested on the day the report was filed and subsequently released on $1 million bail. The allegations against the minister have sparked widespread public outcry and led to protests for him to be removed from his post as the Minister of Local Government. Meanwhile, the future of Tropical Reflections, one of Linden's most popular restaurants and bars, hangs in the balance as a court battle over land ownership has led to the eviction notice for owner Hilton Lang Jr. On Wednesday, court bailiffs and the police arrived at the premises to enforce the eviction order following a dispute between Lyle and Bridget Maximus, who claims to be the rightful owner of the business located at Washer Pond Road, Mackenzie, Linden. The eviction raises questions about the legitimacy of Maximus' claim to ownership. The National Industrial and Commercial Investments Limited NICIL has come forward asserting its ownership of the property, casting doubts on the documentation presented by Maximus in court. NICIL has communicated to Maximus that she misrepresented herself as the owner, as they have no records of leasing the property to her or granting permission to operate or rent to a third party. In light of the proceeding, NICIL demands that Maximus immediately cease and desist from such behavior and misrepresenting that she is authorized and has the legal capacity to demand rent due to owning the property. The uncertain ownership and conflicting claims have put Tropical Reflection in a precarious position, potentially leading to its closure. The popular eatery has been a go-to spot for locals and visitors alike. Stick around when we return. 700 business owners to receive grants for sustainable growth, and 5-year-old girl allegedly sexually assaulted by a 25-year-old man in Region 7.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Beccaphonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all we will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinate, soak for all you know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she probably buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Linden's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali has announced a significant change in the payment schedule for National Insurance Scheme and old age pension, following a suggestion raised by a pensioner during his recent walkabout in Lamaha Gardens. Recognizing the importance of listening to citizens' concerns, President Ali swiftly acted on the suggestions and declared that starting next month, both NIS and old age pensions would be paid on the same day. Effective from July 2023, both NIS and old age pension payments will be synchronized and disbursed on the first business day of every month. This change aims to simplify the payment process for retirees, ensuring they receive their benefits on the same day. The new schedule will provide greater convenience, predictability, and financial stability for pensioners across the country. In other news, Vice President Baro Jagdeo has announced that over 700 small business owners from all 10 administrative regions will soon receive grants from the Small Business Bureau. The grants aim to support these entrepreneurs in growing their businesses and achieving long-term sustainability. During the campaign leading up to the local government elections, it was disclosed that many qualified applicants had not received the grants they had applied for. In response to this issue, the government has resolved to ensure that every legitimate applicant receives assistance promptly. Additionally, the government plans to provide aid to farmers in Port Kaituma, Region 1, by sending a team to assess their needs and establish a nursery. Vice President Jagdeo reaffirmed the government's commitment to resolving all issues brought to its attention, emphasizing their focus on job creation, healthcare, and education. In a distressing incident, police in Region 7 are investigating the alleged sexual assault of a 5-year-old girl by a 25-year-old man. The incident reportedly took place on Monday, sending shockwaves through the community. According to reports, the young girl confided in her relatives about her harrowing ordeal. Deeply concerned for her well-being, the family wasted no time reporting the incident to the police the following day. Law enforcement officials promptly launched an investigation into the matter. The authorities have confirmed that the police have apprehended the suspect in question. Disturbingly, however, he has reportedly confessed to the crime. As a result, he remains in police custody awaiting formal charges to be brought against him. Don't go away after the break. US-China tensions threaten Taiwan's status as global chip hub, and violence erupts in India's Manipur as ethnic tension rise.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip. If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, fried spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document planting flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she probably buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Cross Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Beccaphonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Since leaving office last January, Brazil's former president Jair Bolsonaro has been facing a series of accusations, from allegedly falsifying vaccine records to trying to illegally import millions of dollars in jewels. But a trial that begins on June 22nd may make him ineligible for office, Al Jazeera's Monica Yannick reports.
During his 4 years as Brazil's president, and after that, Jair Bolsonaro followed in the footsteps of his political ally, former U.S. President Donald Trump. He cried out fraud before losing October's election to left-wing candidate Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Bolsonaro is now at the center of at least 16 different legal inquiries. And for the first time, he's at risk of being banned from participating in the next 2 presidential elections.
É natural
It's common for presidents in Brazil to face legal inquiries after they leave office. But Bolsonaro broke all records. He's the former president that'll be facing the greatest amount of trials.
So far, the most serious one is the trial at the Supreme Electoral Court. Bolsonaro is being accused of having abused his power as president after meeting with foreign ambassadors 3 weeks before the elections and telling them that Brazil's voting system could be easily rigged. Those claims were unfounded. Brazil's electronic ballots have been used for more than 20 years and repeatedly tested before each election. The Supreme Electoral Court will now decide whether Bolsonaro used his office to undermine public trust in the integrity of Brazil's election. If convicted, he may become ineligible for running for public office for the next 8 years. His supporters say he did nothing wrong.
Bolsonaro was very transparent with ambassadors. He really had doubts of the security of the voting system and stated them, but he never attacked Brazil's democracy.
Bolsonaro is also being investigated for allegedly inciting his supporters to storm Congress, the Supreme Court, and the presidential palace 1 week after Lula took office. The riots mimic the uprising of the U.S. Capitol, led by Trump's followers, who, like Bolsonaro's, believe the election had been stolen. Even if Bolsonaro is convicted, he is still a popular politician among Brazil's conservatives.
The right and center-right grew with Bolsonaro and are here to stay. They have a strong presence in Congress, and they elected the governor of Sao Paulo, Brazil's richest state.
Bolsonaro's party is still hoping that he will make a difference in next year's municipal elections and that he will help elect conservative mayors across Brazil, even if he's barred from running for office. Monica Yanakiev, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.
Internationally, anyone who makes a phone call or uses other electronic devices, chances are they are using a computer chip made in Taiwan. The island is the world's leading semiconductor manufacturer, but the geopolitical power played between the United States and China is threatening Taiwan's economic success. Al Jazeera's Barnaby Liu reports.
In this laboratory in Yangming Jiaotong University, near Taiwan's tech hub in Hsinchu, students are learning about semiconductor technology. Nick Chang is taking his PhD and hopes to be part of the world's largest semiconductor industry.
Taiwan's semiconductor industry has become so huge in recent years. The Taiwanese government has invested a lot of resources in it, as well as in schools.
Throughout the pandemic, Taiwan's semiconductor sector maintained its lead, but it is now in the crosshairs of a geopolitical power play between the United States and China.
If the products or the technology contain U.S. technology, though it's Taiwanese company and it's Taiwanese products and made here, and you have to follow the U.S. rules.
The U.S. has restricted the export of semiconductor materials to China to prevent it from being able to make advanced microchips. Taiwan has followed suit. Now local companies have no choice but to adapt.
Companies, they have to find their own way out. Okay, otherwise they cannot survive in the markets. So they have to follow the global trend.
And at the center of it all is one company. TSMC produces more than half of the world's microchips. TSMC is set to open a plant in Arizona next year. Now, one of the concerns is that its biggest client, Apple, the company that makes your iPhones, could be buying chips out of this US facility and taking along with it parts of the supply chain here in Taiwan, which in turn could take a huge chunk of the island's tech revenue away. Adding to Taiwan's worries, China's import ban on Taiwanese goods. In 2021, it was pineapples, 90% of which were sold to China. The following year, Beijing blocked the shipment of fish, a day after former U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan.
It's getting more and more measures and also targeting a variety of different products.
But unless China stops buying Taiwanese semiconductors, analysts say the economic impact is manageable. Beijing is also likely to think twice about attacking Taiwan, they say, because semiconductors run modern devices. which are essential to modern life, including in China. Barnaby Low, Al Jazeera, Hsinchu, Taiwan.
And finally, in India's Manipur state, the Kuki ethnic minority and Meitei majority are preparing for more outbreaks of violence. Tensions rose in May after a court recommended the Meiteis be granted preferential status. Since then, at least 115 people have been killed in fighting and more than 40,000 forced from their homes. Al Jazeera's Fetan Morgan reports.
These members of the Kuki community in India's Manipur state are blocking major roads. They say they're being constantly attacked by the majority Meiteis. And they've taken up arms.
We have to guard our village, our family, our land, so that we can live in peace from the attacking majority community, which we were living together since time many years back.
Not far away, these Meiteis are building their own defenses. They say the Kukis are responsible for the violence, and their numbers are boosted by refugees coming across the border from Myanmar. They fear the influx is changing the demographics of the region and emboldening Kuki separatists. Here too, civilians are arming themselves against what they believe is an imminent Kuki attack.
Kuki illegal immigrants have been attacking us frequently. We don't have the kind of weapons that they have. We're very scared of them. There's no place for us to run. They've torched houses. We just have small licensed guns to protect us.
The region has long been home to armed groups seeking autonomy, and many people have weapons. Some analysts say India's state and central governments need to intervene.
Those armed groups, the weapons in the society which is in circulation, they have to be removed first. And for that, the security people, the security establishment has to do it. Sooner the better.
Many want to end the fighting. These Meitei are marching for peace, but they also have demands. They want the Kukis to identify undocumented migrants in their community and drop their demands for autonomy. Vincent Monaghan, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the further weather forecast. And that's Safe TV2 headline news for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.